Hi, hello, welcome to Dear PB, a podcast where we hopefully help you become a better speedrunner, but probably won't. I'm Corva May, but you can call me May, or she, or her.
I'm Swoos. You can call me SWC, or he, or they.
And joining us from Hoenn, it's the 4thGenGamer. How you doing?
Yo, what's up? I'm ready to have a salsa time with the both of you today. Thank you for having me on Dear PB.
Thank you for being here. We did not tell Josh that he needed to do a run because I forgot to mention it. So we're going to do ORAS Randomizer Bingo, which is fun because ORAS is good. But if you're listening to this, then it doesn't matter for you anyways. So if you'd like to get started.
Hold on, I want to pick my color. Wait,
Okay.
I can't change it now. Okay, wait, I'll be red. It's fine. Yeah.
Red for
all
Omega
right.
Ruby.
Unfortunately, I am an Alpha Sapphire though. Shout out to you, man.
Thank you.
So, yeah, all right. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. And let's see what the starters are. Ooh. Glade. Glade's very interesting.
Glade over Manaphy.
Nah, that's a Fion.
Oh, it is a Fion. You're right. All right.
Fion poo
So,
poo. Yeah, all right.
this is not
Shoot.
a podcast where we just talk about Pokemon, though it easily
Somehow.
could be if I got my way. It's actually a podcast where people send us some questions, and then we answer them, and we give our hard-earned speedrunning advice onto you, the loyal listener. We have quite a few questions people sent in this week. Thank you all for all of your questions. We love them all. For example, Dear PB, what motivates you to do so many long speedruns and challenge runs? Is it the novelty, overcoming barriers, or is it all about that sweet content? From Wowed Watcher. This question is not for Swoos.
I've done a long speedrun / challenge run before.
That's true. You did do Brawl, but you don't anymore.
I don't anymore.
That is a very good question. For me, it really just inspires me to learn more about a game. And that is really the purpose for me in learning a lot of vanilla speedruns is not to grind to get a great time, but just to become proficient in a run to do cool challenges like category extensions or randomizers, bingo, stuff like you're seeing right now. You know, learning like ORAS, any percent lets me be proficient enough to do something silly and fun like this. And that's a lot of the fun in it for me. You know, I'm not going to grind a silly category, but I'll do it every once in a while because that keeps it fresh for me.
See, I don't feel like ORAS any percent gave me any real game knowledge. It gave me like
it's the foundation.
yeah, that's true. Like rooting stuff is where I actually started to learn where things are in the game. But before I rooted anything, I was just like, I don't know anything about this game, and I sure have played it for a lot of time.
I'm definitely a sucker for a good long category, long run. It's just fun. Overcoming those massive challenges, the novelty of that is just fun. I love it.
Josh, when are you racing me in Shenmue?
Shenmue?
Shenmue.
I don't know. I don't know about Shenmue.
Shenmue?
As in, you're not familiar with it, or it doesn't sound like a good run?
I know very little about Shenmue, but I do know of its existence.
So Shenmue 1 is a game that I've run before. I did it as like a bit, because it's like a 6 or 7 hour run. I think like a 7 hour run. Because time passes in real time in that game, and you have to like wait for days to end, or it passes like 5 times, or I think a minute's every 10 seconds or something like that. And so there's a period in the game where you could set your controller down and walk away for 34 minutes.
Oh.
I used to play
Interesting.
Pokemon Go during it. I had people in my chat begging me to run anything else because it was just literally anti-content. It was awesome. Highly recommend.
That is lovely. You know, I want to pioneer a Pokemon Go speedrun for
That'd be
Hatch
cool.
an Egg.
That'd be cool.
Hatch an egg, you just get a GoPro, camera, and you just run until you hatch the egg.
And then, yeah, it's just what's your mile time?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't that sound
What's
great?
your fastest 2K? And then hope that it picks up your distance properly.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, you got the self-service RNG.
Part of the problem, though, is unless you're doing it on a treadmill, you have to dox yourself in order to
True.
compete.
Catch me driving a half hour to the nearest gym.
Yeah, see, there you go. You could always do that. But then they'd be like, we know that you're in Texas.
Oh no, I'm in Texas. Come
You're
find me.
the only one.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a compromise for the integrity of Pokemon Go speedruns.
True.
You must dox yourself in order to have a leaderboard time.
That'd be the worst thing ever.
That would be pretty rough.
It's like, remember when Blizzard was like, we're gonna make everybody on our forums use their real name? I just like turned it on. If speedrun.com did that, oh boy.
Oh no.
That's the darkest timeline.
I name myself Dear PB, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It means
Of
a lot
course,
to
of
us.
course.
Josh, what got you into speedrunning?
Ooh, great question. Yeah, I was actually The Simpsons Hit and Run. I watched a lot of Liquid Wi-Fi. For those of you guys that know Liquid Wi-Fi, he does a lot of Simpsons Hit and Run speedruns, and I just really enjoyed watching them. And I was already making a lot of Pokemon content, so I already had a lot of equipment and know-how on how to stream and make content. So my first speedrun was The Simpsons Hit and Run. Shout out to Liquid Wi-Fi. And, you know, now I do a lot of Pokemon speedruns. Shout out to Pulse Effects for getting me into Pokemon speedruns. He just kept bullying me until I tried it, and now I bully other people until they try it. And I have learned that just being persistent works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, they told you that peer pressure was bad, and yet, clearly, it's not that bad.
No.
All right,
Listen, you
everyone,
get people
go
into
peer
great
pressure.
things like
Everyone, you
speed-
Go
know,
peer pressure your friends. That's the official Dear
Yep.
PB
stance on peer
advice, I guess. Yeah, our stance. We're all very tired. Is that not clear?
It's been a Monday.
I've been running all over the place today.
Yeah.
Speedrunning all over the place.
Whoa.
I picked the literal worst week, I think, for Josh. Not the literal worst week, but one of the worst weeks for Josh to be on this show. I don't know how much sleep Spoos got.
Too much, but I've also been like working all day, and like
Fair.
I've been using my brain all day, and it's been hard.
I hate using my brain.
I know it's difficult.
I hate it. It's the worst.
Yo, can we talk about this Gallade for a second? Fissure, Hydro Cannon, Rock Wrecker. That
Fissure
is
pretty meme.
it's pretty OD. It's very nice.
You know what I learned from doing Bronzemon? That first encounter, like the first Wurmple encounter, that's like a guaranteed encounter.
Yes.
That is a different encounter table.
Yes, it's a static.
I knew it was that it was like an impossible encounter for the root, but I didn't realize it was an entirely it can be a totally different Pokemon. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. It definitely does not have any accurate impact on like, oh,
Yeah, it's very
this
silly.
is part of the encounter table or whatever.
Dear PB, is there a best way to handle important game decisions in speedrunning? What are things communities could be doing to improve these methods for the future? This is your time to talk about ranked choice voting. Go off.
Yeah. Okay. So for a second, I interpreted that as making a decision in the middle of a speed run.
That's what I was thinking too. I was going to be like, well, in Mass Effect, there's decisions that affect the game, and we've already talked about this.
Community decisions.
Yeah. Okay. So this is definitely a very contested topic. It's very subjective, you know. Obviously, at the end of the day, everyone in a speedrun community wants what is best for a speed game, for a speed run. Most people,
I choose
Most
chaos.
people.
most people want the best for a speed run. The problem is what that means is all arbitrary and very subjective. You know, figuring out what best means is hard. Like, is that, you know, what is healthiest for runners, or the purity of like a speed run? And it's all just so arbitrary that finding a way to get people to oh god, this is scary. Rock Wrecker. This is unrouted, obviously, because it's a randomizer. But yeah, finding a way to make sure that everyone's voice is heard because of how arbitrary it all is really important. And sorry, Fissure. as May was saying, the ranked choice voting has been something really great, I think, for the world of speedrunning and PSR. That's something that we've been using more of. And I think that goes back to just how arbitrary everything is. You know, it's not necessarily as easy as you can do something this way or you can do something this other way, whether that's timing or rules. There may be multiple solutions or compromises to achieve the best goal. So ranked choice voting is a fantastic tool where if your number one choice does not win a majority, if there's not an outright majority in the initial round of voting, your second choice will be prioritized and your first choice will be thrown out. I don't know if that explains well.
Yeah. It's essentially it's a way to prevent the spoiler effect, where like two options are similar, and so the third option wins, even though it might not be as popular, just because the votes are split between the first two options. But as somebody who's like got really into voting methods for a bit, because that's the kind of person that I am, they all have problems in their own ways, but I think ranked choice voting is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of that. And the other contested idea is that only a runner should be able to vote, or like, should they not? Should it be up for everyone? And that's an interesting conversation because, you know, some speedruns, like even viewers have come up with strats that haven't even played the game before. So like that's an interesting debate of like who's the community, who gets a say. I think that for Ultra Moon, the Ultra Necrozma Zorua cheese strats, I think that wasn't even come up by a runner. I mean, I might be wrong about that, but I think I remember vaguely someone mentioning that, like a viewer came up with that. Point being, like, you know, what is the community? Who makes up that? Is it just people that are interested as well as runners? And that's like something hard to quantify because obviously there is merit to having run the game and understanding the game on that level. We also want to be inclusive. So I think what we've done in the 3DS community for the recent voting is giving runners a 3 times weight. I think that's a decent compromise for both sides, and definitely something that needs to be taken into account either way.
I don't love it just because if there is a thing that like is keeping people from running a game, then by excluding non-runners, right, you're not gonna get any of that, right? So like if some sort of timing method is like, well, I'm not gonna run that because that timing method's really stupid. Like, I'm not gonna run that because that glitch looks terrible or whatever. Then
it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's hard to balance that just because like you don't know why people aren't running a game. It could be a lack of interest, but it could also be like a very real thing keeping them from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think there's definitely a balance to be struck in there.
It is definitely difficult to figure out because you have the people that are like, well, I don't want to run this if you do this, but I also have never run the game, but like I could, but this one decision is kind of either keeping me away from it or going to make me want to actually run it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have the actual people that have run the game, which I guess they have more of an idea of, pretty much, yeah. They have more of an interest and an idea of what votes are getting done, I guess. So I guess they're more familiar than someone who might just be looking in at the time.
Yeah. Are you doing super training because it's a bingo thing?
I am. It's been like 8 years since I've done super training, so don't mind me. It's going to be great.
Practice against Scatterbug. I don't think I've ever done super training.
It's a Scatterbug balloon. Look, it's my Glade. This is actually a very valuable bingo tile. I also don't really... There we go. Okay,
this song goes hard.
It's quite good, actually, yes. Shout out to X and Y for introducing this. Definitely makes EV training more fun.
You should do this in the speedrun.
Yeah.
Kind of a shame
anyway.
that you don't.
There's a lot of neat things that we don't do in the speedrun. It's kind of a bummer.
Sad.
We never use the Eon flute.
Oh, that's so
Very
sad to me. But you know when you do use the Eon flute, in 44 megastones.
Not running 44 megastones. Cease.
It's a good category.
How do you feel about randomizers? How much or how little do the speedrun and the randomizer community overlap with each other? Josh?
No overlap at all. No. Ignore what you're watching on my screen right now.
Well, I guess thank you for watching, dear PB. We'll be back next week.
This episode is now audio only.
Yay!
Okay, but yes. I mean, I did a lot of randomizers before I did speedruns, like a lot of different formulas. Randomizer monotypes, randomizer nuzlocks, randomizer soul links, sleep locks, everything. Just, I love randomizers. They're a lot of fun, and they're great content, obviously. They're fun. And yeah, I mean, they fit into speedrunning really well. I think what was the most interesting to me was seeing the norms for randomizer speedruns are just so much different. Like back in my day in 2017, when I did randomizers, like no one really randomized abilities or moves, because just the amount of volatility in that for like a nuzlocke was not really desirable. But in like the speedrun world, when I did my first randomizer with like Shen and Keys, I was like, wait, you guys randomize all of this? And they're like, yeah. And we also normalized the catch rate, and I was like, whoa, that's cool.
Normalized catch rate's the best.
Yeah, no, not used to that in the PokeTube world, because that adds like an element of scarcity, which is interesting. So like legendaries, but hey, if you go fast, you want to catch legendaries and other Pokemon, so
yeah,
that's great. But yeah, randomizer speedruns are great, and there's a lot of cool formats like bingo and races and back-to-backs and double battle randomizers. Those are pretty cool. Man, Desolate Land Scyther, that is very unfortunate.
It's hard to say if there's really much speedrun and rando overlap, because I don't think I've ever seen a randomizer like a GDQ before or anything. Never has that happened.
Key item rando was just done very recently, right?
There's one like every time now.
Well, I mean, Link to the Past, kind of.
I was being sarcastic.
No, I'm just saying it kind of like kickstarted the whole randomizers being more mainstream, I guess.
Yeah.
I would love to see some kind of a randomizer speedrun leaderboard. I think that could be interesting.
Has Pokemon been added to Archipelago yet?
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
That isn't Archipelago the how there's like the Super Link to the Past, where Super Metroid and then Link to the Past. I want to say Archipelago the platform for linking in everything.
Yeah, so it's officially a multi-world, multi-game randomizer. And there are a ton of supported games, such as Link to the Past, Hollow Knight, Minecraft, Ocarina of Time. And basically what it does is it somehow generates enough logic to hide items from one game and another. So I guess a simple example would just be Super Metroid and Link to the Past. So you might get the crossbow where you would normally get the Varia suit or the bow or whatever, and vice versa. So it's just a way to link a ton of games together.
I like that there's an idle game in it too.
Yeah.
That is
a sort
amazing.
of randomizer fashion, which is really interesting.
That's impressive that it's possible.
Yeah. So you could do, I don't know how much you can do. I guess you could randomize like Super Mario 64 and Super Metroid together, where like when you enter somewhere in 64, you enter a level in Metroid and stuff like that.
That's how it worked. Yeah, that's how it worked. Is that I think in both games it took like an unused house, like a house with no checks, and then like a room that just had no checks in it too, and they would just link those two together.
I should do one of these.
They're very cool.
That would be very cool.
The level of randomizer tech that has been created in like the past 5 years is ridiculous. It's so cool.
3DS has come a long way as well.
True.
It's great. Instant text is a thing. Not the hold down to mash, but very fast text is very nice.
You just had a forest grunt.
Oh my god, yeah, no, that I mean, it was a tentacruel with sky attack, so I need to find a new main pretty much. You know, just early randomizer things, you know.
Yep. I mean, we went into this fully with the expectation that you may get a bingo, you may not get a bingo.
Yeah, we're hanging out. We're
playing some Pokemon.
Yeah.
We're talking about randomizers.
I
definitely need to learn how to use this archipelago because
I want to see you do Minesweeper.
I want to do Minesweeper into Minecraft into SM64.
Okay. Into Hat. Except for Hat randomizer doesn't really work. It sucks.
Yeah, there is one, but it's just you do X number of random levels in an order, and there really is no like randomizer stuff to it. It's just a random order of levels, which is it's better than nothing, but it's not really as fleshed out as other games are.
I had looked into doing a crosscode randomizer a while ago, but I decided I didn't want to do logic for it. It's too much work.
Makes sense.
Crosscode would be good with a room randomizer though. Have you seen room randos like way too galaxy brain for me? Have you tried that one? Have you tried that yet, Josh?
Oh, the map randomizer?
Yeah, map randomizer. That's what I meant.
Yes, I've done a bit of Emerald and Platinum. It is a lot of fun.
My memory doesn't work, so I feel like unless I wrote a paper map, which is so much work, I would just not remember anything.
Right, we have like a program, like a map.
Oh, there's a program that automatically maps it?
No, you have to still, at least when I did it, you had to manually like key them in, but it's just like click, click, click. You don't have to type anything.
That's not too bad then.
There's nothing good here, by the way. I'm working on it, but goodness gracious.
Is there anything
We're gonna try our best.
We tried the last two routes?
I'm gonna go there next. Yeah, that's probably not worth checking here.
Yeah, also it'd be level 2.
Yeah.
We can
not
find some
ideal.
Optionals, but dear PV, I want to try running some 3DS games, but I don't know how to record them. What do I need to know to start running and recording some 3DS games? From Caso Baloo.
Ooh, I have a Google document that's like the ultimate 3DS capture cheat sheet. Oh, hey, that's a good Pokemon. That works.
Super Scyther. Or Super Sizer.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll be fine. Everything's fine. I'll find another one.
It's gonna be the 20% encounter.
I mean, Hawlucha's 20%, so.
True. And it's bad.
Yes. But yeah, when it comes to 3DS, you have a few solutions. You can get a 3DS capture card. There are some modders out there. Evo Capture is one of them. Delfino Capture is one of them that I'm sponsored by.
I have a Delfino card. They're good.
Yeah, Delfino's great. I don't know if I can plug that or not, but I do have a coupon code, so save some money.
I think Shasta already caught you to that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You have your options now.
Save your money either way. Loopy makes them every now and then at 3dscapture.com. Murky doesn't make them anymore. Whoa. Loopy's great. I'm never going to find Genesect again.
I told you, it's the 20%.
Yep.
Or no, or it's the Ralts.
Ugh. But yeah, if you, those are very expensive options. So some other options are to install custom firmware on your 3DS. This only works on the new systems, and you could use NTR wireless streaming. It's not ideal. I definitely don't prefer that. I've done it before. It's complicated, and you need to be close to your router for it to be viable. But honestly, what I would recommend is emulator. Emulator is great. You could dump your games very easily if you have custom firmware installed. So you could get your own get copies of your game to run on emulator, on Citra. You don't need a fantastic computer. You just need a decent computer these days for Citra to run reasonably. So Citra's great. The emulator boards have been getting bigger and bigger and more popular. And to be honest, long term, if we're talking like 10 plus years in advance, emulator will be the wave, just because 3DS, the shelf life on these 3DS capture cards are not great. They're not very reliable. They're not very durable. They're just not. For the next few years, yes, but eventually everything will be emulator, and they're very expensive.
They're so expensive.
Yeah,
so
emulator.
Go do an emulator run.
Yeah.
And you get upscaling.
If you do want to do it on original hardware, then you should, and you have the money, I would definitely recommend doing a capture card over NTR.
Yes. I would take emulator over NTR. And emulator has the novelty of being the fastest method right now.
NTR is neat.
The technology is really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just not my favorite.
Welcome to Dear PB, a podcast where Josh can't find Genesect.
Yeah, I really don't have another choice right now. I just need to find Genesect. I mean, I could grind up the Glade, but
this is the Genesect episode.
Yeah. Add that to the titles list.
20 minutes of Genesect.
What?
20 minutes of Genesect.
20 minutes of Genesect.
I have something else fun for us to do.
Is it Genesect?
In the meantime.
Whoa.
No, it's pretty mind-blowing content here.
Is it? Could have been Genesect. Could have been the patch encounter.
Wow.
Oh, you sat in the chairs. This is good. For the benefit of the listener, Josh just sat in 2 different chairs.
Mm-hmm. Very riveting.
I think that's part of the run. You should do that in the speedrun.
Get out of the chair!
I have done that in the speedrun before.
Good.
Josh has sat in another chair. Josh has sat in a 4th chair. Is that one of your bingo? Is that one of your bingo goals?
Yeah.
Josh is now running back down Route 101. Where will he go? Will he sit in a chair? I can't say.
I hope so.
I also hope so.
That would make my day.
Josh has sat in a 5th chair.
Whoa.
A 6th chair. How many chairs does he have to sit in?
200.
200 chairs. An 8th chair. Dear PB, with the release of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I've got to ask, is there a strategy for rooting a game? Is there something in particular you're looking for as a speedrunner to create an optimal path? From Young Skywalker.
I sat in 10 chairs.
Congrats.
Good goal.
Wait for somebody who isn't related to the speedrun to find a glitch for your speedrun.
True.
And then
in terms of
game.
glitchless, there isn't like a set in stone strategy for rooting something really. It's more about just like it's just hard to explain. A lot of it is like having ideas, essentially, or at least when it comes to like Pokemon, which is what I'm the most familiar with, or like RPGs in general. A lot of it is about just like having an idea of like, oh, will this work? And then you try it and then it works.
Right.
That's pretty much true in any run, to be honest, where it's like, I wonder if this will work. Oh, this works. And then other than that, there's a lot of like figuring out what the shortest path to get the things you need is, I guess.
Yeah, I would say the 2 words that I think of when I think of that and a new game, especially after my experience with Arceus, are iteration and bottlenecks.
Yeah.
You want to iterate, start with an idea, like May said, build a foundation, and then iterate. Like how can we make this more optimal? With Legends Arceus, they recently introduced Alpha Sneasel into the route, and then they introduced smoke bombs into the route, and it's just iteration. You're just taking a theory and just iterating. And when it comes to bottlenecks, you really just need to think, what is our biggest time loss right now? What's our biggest time sink? What feels really slow and like a waste of time? for Pokemon, that would be like a really hard fight, or in the case of Legends Arceus, being able to get the research done in a timely manner. Like a bottleneck for Legends Arceus would be a Pokemon that takes a lot of time to do research for. If you could route that out, then that removes a bottleneck. And then you also have consistency bottlenecks with strategies that may be too risky or not viable for regular runs. So those are the two big things I would say.
I agree, except for I always root in nonsense, like inconsistent nonsense, and it drives people insane. Where I'm like, yeah, if you get crit here, you lose. Just don't get crit. If you don't get crit, it's great.
I mean, crits are 1 in 24 now, so you know.
True. Well, not in this game.
Not in ORAS. That is true. Genesect is a lie, by the way. Just
I've
Genesect doesn't exist.
I've rooted don't get crit in against moves that have a high crit rate. So
nice.
But yeah,
I was working a bit last week on some PokeClicker routing. Basically, I did some runs, found out that the routes were kind of really murky. It was kind of just like, do this until you get this number.
Yeah, it's very vague.
I was like, well, we should probably optimize that. So I put together a quick Python script that kind of just gives out the most efficient ways to grind for stuff that you need to grind towards endgame. And no one's really done runs since then. It's only been a couple days, but in theory, that should be pretty significantly more efficient and optimal than what was being done in the past, which is good.
I gotta try the new route.
Yeah, basically, like was said, just identify points of inconsistency or bottlenecks. In this case, it was getting enough tokens to get to Victory Road, and just finding the most efficient ways to get around that or get to that level, basically.
Hi, this is Post-Production May, the May that gets added in after the fact. Did you know we have a Patreon? If you're already a Patreon subscriber, this message isn't for you. Thank you, we love you, you can tune out for this part. But if you're not, for only $3 a month, you can get access to episodes early and get a bonus episode at least once per month. The bonus episodes are like different from the regular episodes. They're a lot more unhinged, which is kind of saying something. You get access to all the ones we've already done, even if you subscribe now, so that's cool. We don't want to have to run ads during this program, because ads suck, and supporting us via the Patreon helps us not have to do that. You can check it out at patreon.com/DearPBpod if you're interested and can afford to do so. You're already supporting us by listening to the show and telling others about it, so this is kind of like a bonus thing you could do if you really like it. Okay, cool, I'm done, bye.
Josh, I think you gotta pick something else. It was the Ralts encounter.
Yeah, I've been kind of moseying my way out of this route slowly. Wait. I swear that was a Genesect.
There seems to be a Pokemon somewhere.
I swear that was Genesect. Right? Isn't that Genesect's cry?
I don't... Why would I know
literally
that?
as I'm leaving! Come on!
Wow.
Ah!
Got him. Let's go, boys.
Yeah!
I was literally just moseying my way out of this route, just running out of the route through all the grass. Wow. That's pretty,
It's not
pretty
shiny,
funny.
you should try again.
Yeah, I should probably try again.
Ugh.
I don't know what I was gonna say now. It had to do with, routes. Oh yeah! Your first couple of routes are gonna be not good relative to later routes, and you just gotta accept that. People will find stuff, you will have better ideas.
Yeah, I mean, once you do a run 100 times, when it's like new, you'll be like, hey, doing this sucks. Can we do anything else to not do this?
Yeah, exactly. Like
And
things
then
get found.
you have glitches and other things to implement as well, but
Yeah, and unless it's like a new glitch, a lot of times any sort of like newer reroute is like, hey, somebody just had an idea and it was a good idea.
yeah. It is always extremely experimental.
Trial and error.
Yeah, there's no real... Yeah, you just gotta try stuff. You gotta have ideas and try it. If it's a game that you can theory craft stuff more easily, like it's a very mathy game like an RPG, then you can go in and you can do the math and see if it works. If it's not, then you go in and you try it. Goodbye, large dog. For the benefit of the listener, the large dog has died.
Sorry. I'm gonna catch the Genesect though. It's gonna be great.
I
also need to grind.
And now I don't have all the other questions. Josh, what's your comfort run?
Ooh, my comfort run. Honestly, Pokemon Battle Revolution.
Interesting.
You know,
just like
if I'm
throwing
just
the darts.
yeah, you're throwing darts. It's like it's just like Pokemon Stadium, except it's Gen 4, and you know, it's a longer run, which is good in some ways, bad in some ways. I love the music in it, and that's the big thing for me. The announcer's not as good as Stadium, but it is still an amazing announcer.
You don't like the announcer? It's the anime announcer.
Oh no, it's top tier. Just if PBR's announcer is like a 9 out of 10, then Stadium's is like an 11 out of 10.
Okay.
PBR is great. It's a lot of fun, and definitely my comfort food as a speedrun.
Do you
What's your
recommend
comfort food?
Oh yeah.
What's your
It's
comfort
fun.
food? We should be asking runners that.
Ooh. Probably. You know, can I pick a dessert? Can I pick like brownies?
You can pick whatever you want.
If it's your comfort food, then yes.
Yeah, I'll go with brownies then.
All right.
Not the special brownies, like a literal, actual, normal brownie.
Is that timid?
It was not an allegory.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll be fine. Everything's fine. Oh,
What's your comfort food?
Food.
Food in general?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mine's probably like mac and cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese is up
I
there.
really like mac and cheese. Like every time I'm at a restaurant and like they have mac and cheese as an option, I'm like, it's always in contention, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Are you actually able to beat this Pyroar?
No, I'm gonna need to switch. This is how it just goes sometimes with ORAS Rando. Like, you're just kind of stuck.
Oh yeah, no, I've been doing Bronzemon, and I have done, I don't remember how many attempts I've done. I can check. Hold on. I've done 116 attempts, and I've gotten 2 Watson.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's been going great. I've been having fun though. It's a little fun. It's a little frustrating when you get something good and it dies something stupid, but it's been a nice break from running because I don't really have the bandwidth to do runs right now with the amount of stuff I'm involved with planning at the moment. Someday I'll finish reading the XY thing I want to read.
XY thing? XY Driflin?
No, XY Delphox, but actually rooted.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah. Yes. Josh, what's your uncomfort run?
Ooh,
what's the most uncomfortable run?
In like a bad way or like
a run that you've done that you're like every time like that conceptually you're like, oh, I don't want to do this again.
Unironically Dash.
Dash?
Unironically.
Sense, yeah. That's what I would think.
It's not a good game.
No.
Coliseum is one of my favorite runs, but it's definitely one of my most uncomfortable in the sense of like it leaves me feeling like shell-shocked after a run. Like I'm actually like really like wow, I'm so happy I finished this run, but also like my head is actually going to implode.
Yeah, that is a fair answer as well. It wasn't really what I had in mind, but it definitely makes sense.
Yeah, so based off of the intention of the question, I think I would say Dash, though. It's actually just, you know, I always tell people, run a game that you like. And I don't like Dash. I don't like it.
Because it's bad.
It's just bad. It's unironically just plain bad. And the worst part is, it's not like so bad to a point where like it's funny. It's just actually just plain bad.
Yeah. Welcome to the Bash Dash episode.
I think it
deserves it.
Yeah. It's become a meme in my community because I don't like it. That's funny.
It looks like a knockoff.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look good.
But not even like to a point where it's like so bad. It's just plain bad. It's not like exceedingly
It hasn't.
bad.
Yeah, it hasn't like crested the peak where it's like a meme. It's like
It's
it's
a
just
bad
not
game.
good.
Yeah.
It's not a good game. I'm sorry, Jordan 97.
I'm not sorry.
Suits, what's your uncomfort run?
What have I run?
Is it the Subspace or is it Brawl all events or whatever it
For
was?
all challenges, yes. The
All
50-hour
challenges.
run is sure not comfortable. When I ran Cuphead, that was pretty rough because it was like physically uncomfortable because I was mashing for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah, it doesn't sound the best.
That was kind of difficult. It's a good run, but just kind of hurts. I run too many mashy games. When I ran Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light, that was not fun.
Is that why you hate World of Light? Just because you ran it?
Yeah.
It's
That
very
does not
long.
sound ideal.
It's not a good run.
It does not sound like a good run. No. What's my uncomfort run?
It is 2.5 hours of pretty much the same thing with a couple different conditions.
That checks out. If I
It's
had
pretty
to like,
boring, yeah.
like I enjoyed it because I played it with a friend, and we like swapped out and stuff.
It's got cool mechanics, but it's just too long for what it is,
Yeah.
I think.
Subspace is definitely something that's interested me a lot, just because I love that game as a kid. But I'm also really bad at Smash, so, you know.
It is also a long run, but it is pretty good.
Can you skip the cutscenes in Subspace?
The pre-rendered cutscenes you can, yes.
Oh.
There are a handful of auto-scrollers, but there's not a ton. Maybe like 10 minutes total.
Pokemon could never.
Yeah. The cutscenes are about 40 minutes total, I think. It's basically like a whole movie.
I was going to say, that's significant.
Yeah.
There have been cutscene percent runs where you watch all the cutscenes. So
Yeah.
I think I did the first one, yeah. So that was
You're a
fun.
trendsetter.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do a cutscene percent diploma in Let's Go, just because that runs not long enough.
How do you make a long category longer?
But mainly because the cutscenes in that game are actually really cool. We never get to see them. Like really good.
Yeah, it's like Brawl's cutscenes. The Brawl movie is great.
My
it's
uncomfort
great.
run that I did was when I did The Sims 4 max career. 'Cause I thought it'd be
Ew.
fun because I love The Sims, but you kind of just fast forward a lot.
Makes sense.
Which I didn't really think about. The Sims runs are interesting because they're like, they're so weird. Like The Sims max aspiration, what you do is you max the wealth aspiration by moving your sim in with a wealthy default sim and just loading up the file, then you're done. It's like a 30-second run.
So it's Be Born Rich.
Pretty much, it's marry rich or get adopted rich, I guess.
Okay, that makes
you just
sense.
merge the households, and so it's like, well, it doesn't really feel like it's in the spirit of the aspiration, but it is very fast.
Yeah.
But The Sims does have some really funny categories.
I'm gonna start running the Civilization games where world records are less than 3 frames. World record for Civilization 6 is 2 frames.
How about Clue for the NES?
That is also good. I think it's just the PC.
Is it just the PC one?
It is
No, Clue PC, 583 milliseconds.
Clue 1998, yeah. That's long. 583 milliseconds is long. That's nothing compared to the 33 milliseconds of Civ 6.
The Sims main board categories are get engaged, child protection services, get married or have a baby, death, lifetime wish, Grim Reaper, Rosebud, which I don't know what that one even means. Do you have to
Probably
get
just
the Rosebud amount of
use the-
money? Earn $1 million. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Woohoo 50 times. Woohoo once.
Why is 50 before once in the leaderboards?
There's miscellaneous ones. There's Ghost Woohoo.
No.
Vampire level 10. Yeah, the miscellaneous ones aren't as funny. Oh, wait. I didn't realize there's a level leaderboard. Every single aspiration has a level.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go do some Sims ILs.
The world record for aspiration grilled cheese is 14 minutes.
Oh boy, there's so many of them.
I love the Sims so much.
I want to get aspiration party animal. There's no runs. There are no runs for aspiration party animal. That's awesome. What about computer whiz? That's what I do. Half hour to become a computer whiz.
How about aspiration?
God, I
wish. Good vampire.
Good vampire. Is there bad vampire? No.
Aspiration. There's vampire family.
There's aspiration rambunctious scamp.
What? Same.
Yeah, apparently.
They should have a Pokemon Sims.
Oh.
That'd be cool.
Right?
Pokemon Life Sim.
Look, that's okay. So that's part of why I love Hoenn so much, is because of the secret bases. Because secretly, I just want all games to be home designers. That's my favorite part of Animal Crossing.
Fair.
Man, The Sims is so good.
Somebody in the forums requested to add a category for 100 babies.
What? Okay, so that's actually a thing.
It'll be a long one, but it'd be fun. I've managed to have 43 babies in 12 hours. Wow.
So,
whoa.
No, so there's actually a Sims community challenge called the 100 Baby Challenge, where your goal is to have 100 babies. I think within the same lineage and as few people as you can.
That's painful.
Yeah, it would not be pleasant. It does not sound good, but it is not like it sounds like a very silly out of nowhere request, but it is actually.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, but it is actually like a thing that like a pretty popular Sims community challenge.
There's a category for maxing video gaming skill.
Whoa, it's called speedrunning.
Whoa. That's super meta.
It's messed up because if you look at the video game, there's like a pro gamer career path, right? Yeah, tech guru career path, and there's a point where you can switch between the esports gamer branch and the startup entrepreneur branch.
Amazing.
But at no point is there a speedrunner branch, which I think really says a lot about our society.
That's pretty disrespectful.
Sounds like more people should watch Dear PB.
True. We are campaigning for speedrunner career path in The Sims 5.
If you're curious, the rankings of esports gamer go from esports competitor, then pro gamer, then APM king or queen, and then champion gamer.
APM king or queen.
Tag yourself.
None of them.
You're not a champion gamer?
I wish.
Like a Pokemon champion.
Whoa.
Exactly. I wish I was a champion gamer.
Someday.
Dear PB, with so many Pokemon runs done, what's your all-time favorite and least favorite, and why? From Thomas Patrick WX. We kind of already answered this. I guess we answered your comforts, not what your all-time and least time is, but
Yeah. Okay, so right now my personal favorite, I have like 3 answers for this because of just how many runs I've done. My personal favorite right now is probably Moon. I really like Pokemon Moon 90%. It's a lot of fun. There's a charm to it.
When are you teaching me Moon?
Soon, I promise. Ah! Wait, Fire Blast. Is that not Fire Blast? Okay, anyway. So, yeah. I love Moon. I love Alola, so I love the charm of the region. That's very appealing to me. I love that we use Poplio. I really like that we never use a non-100% accurate move. A lot of the run, the risk is what you make of it, and that's what I love about Pokemon speedruns is the risk assessment and really getting to choose your destiny. You don't get to do that a lot in Pokemon speedruns, but in Moon you get to a decent amount, which is fun. And it's a long run, but it is a very rewarding and fun run. And it can be rather advanced if you make it that way with torrent setup. My favorite speedrun in theory, like The speedrun that I like the idea of the most is Coliseum. It's just such a crazy cool run. There's so much tech. It's manipped. It's manipless. You have purification strats that are very complicated. It's just a lot of fun. I say I like the idea of it because I think once we get manip for the Quilava that we get 20 minutes into the run, that will make the run way, way, way better. And
is that like being worked on?
Yes. Sometime this year, probably, that will come out. Same thing for Teddy Ursa in XD. Yeah, so that's in the works.
How? Because you can't save in front of it.
I don't know the tech behind it.
Can you?
But I know that it is in the works. And then my other answer would be ORAS. You know, I love Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. The end timing really did taint the game for me, like just the discourse around it and just everything. So maybe this will become my favorite speedrun again, honestly. I really love ORAS, and I'm sure that that will have a big impact. I definitely will be doing more runs of it now because I really haven't been doing any. So those are your three answers: ORAS, Moon, and Coliseum.
Worst three.
Oh God.
Yeah, make people angry.
What runs do I hate the most?
All of them.
All speed runs.
Yes.
Games were meant to be slow. Respect the developer's intent.
Yeah.
Watch our bonus episode.
I still haven't put it out yet.
Which is not out yet. We're really behind. Speedfest really did a number on us.
I'm cheating and looking at my SRC. So my least favorite is Dash. I'm keeping that answer because it is. I do not like the Dash speedrun. It is not enjoyable. It's just bad. Other than that, it's really hard. I really try and find the good in every run that I do. I don't like Shield. Shield any percent.
That's because Shield episode is horrendous.
You know, that is something that I put a lot of time in, and there was like a moment that made me crack. You know, we put so much investment into the Drillbur catch, and I always get minus attack or single digit IV attack. It is inevitable. It's just one of my toxic traits as a person is getting awful attack Drillburs. And I worked really hard on the notes that I made right now, and I did a lot of calcs for the Arcanine section, and I just presumed that all of the Excadrill fights that didn't have any other information written down, just, you know, like, okay, you just one-shot. And there was a point where, against, like, the Pangoro right after the Ice Gym, I didn't one-shot the Pangoro. And I was like, I was so pissed, because I was like, you're telling me that we do all of this effort for this stupid Excadrill that can't even one-shot things that I didn't even know it couldn't one-shot.
Yeah.
If you're not neutral, like 10 IV attack. It's just like the amount of luck that you need for it.
It's horrible.
Dummy. So
I don't think it's as bad as XY, but
yeah,
XY kind of has the same thing going for it, but like more.
In some ways, yes. In other ways, no, because you don't have the Hawlucha for that long.
Yeah, but you also have. There's also two of them. I guess there's two of them in.
Yeah.
The overworldness though also adds makes it not as bad. I don't know. XY is like. I like XY as a run. It's very cool, but it is absolutely miserable.
Yeah, it is.
That is what I've heard.
It's hard for me to pick a third, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I could say Let's Go, but that's just really biased. Like, I just I have issues with Let's Go. What was that?
You had issues with your Joy-Cons.
Yeah, like I'm still warming up to it. I don't know, I guess Ultra maybe because it's so long, but I like the Ultra Rat. I don't know. I like a lot of runs. It's hard. There are two answers for you.
My favorite that I've done is ORAS, obviously.
Hell
and my
yeah.
least favorite that I've done, that's actually kind of hard. Because, like, my brain wants to say ORAS round 2, because, like, it's meaningless. It's like, what if ORAS, but you did some chores at the end and also had to do an RNG catch? Oh boy.
Ooh.
Get to use Rayquaza. It's great. And you get to watch that beautiful cutscene.
Just run Emerald, then.
I don't like Scyther, by the way. Sorry, I think that might be my number 3.
You don't like the Scyther route? Ugh.
That route pissed me off when I was trying to catch Scyther.
Oh yeah, catching Scyther's annoying. And yet you run XY. Curious.
Yet you run Pokemon.
True.
See, the problem is there is no Kaza in XY.
I've run a bunch of trade alt mains where like the notes were like super confusing, but they were like fine until like 3 hours into the run, and then they got confusing, and then I lost my run. And like writing notes is really hard, and I fully understand that, and like I'm not angry at the person making the notes, but I was real mad in the moment. So
Yeah.
something like that maybe. I also hate running Let's Go any percent. Diploma's
Nice.
fun. Any percent makes me very mad. Anytime like breakouts are like a major thing of the run, it just raises my blood pressure too much, and I can't do it.
Understandable.
I want to like it's weird because if I die to like if I get like crit and I die, I'm like, well, that sucks. But if something breaks out, it's like, well, the run's not even over now. I have to keep doing it.
Yup.
It's so much worse. I hate having to be like, I have to pick if the run dies. Take away my agency, please.
I totally agree with that.
Like, it feels very, like, counterintuitive, but I actually feel very strongly about this. Like, this is not a bit. I actually do feel this way. So, what's your favorite and least favorite?
My favorite Pokemon run is... And my least favorite one is...
Hey, I'll fill it in after.
Yeah.
I'll fill it in post, just with the hottest take I can think of. Hold on.
My least favorite run
Pokemon
is the
games.
one you like, and my favorite one is the one you don't like.
Wait, can you? I'm gonna fill it in. So can you repeat your my favorite, least favorite, and most favorite?
My favorite Pokemon run is...
Pokemon Masters EX.
And my least favorite Pokemon run is...
Pokemon Dream Radar.
Yeah, so... I assume everyone agrees with me there, but I don't know, you know. Pretty cold takes, I would say.
Are there even runs for Pokemon Dream? Can you even play Pokemon Dream Radar anymore?
I saw a post on Reddit like a couple days ago that was like, download it now before the eShop dies forever, so I assume so.
Yeah, I need to grab that.
Because Dream Radar. There are no runs for Pokemon Dream Radar. You could be the first.
My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Sleep.
Go.
And
There was news on that.
Here's what I need everybody to do.
very good.
I need everybody to go, and I need you to send. I need you to send a tweet, and that tweet needs to say @Swiftaloo_. When are you running Pokemon Dream Radar?
Okay.
Go do it. And Moon. Ask Swift.
Don't ask
Moon.
about Moon. I don't care about that.
I care though, so.
If
so
you
go.
cared so much, you would not bail on our Moon coaching.
I. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Curious.
Yeah. That's right. We're about coming up to time. Josh, you have any anything you'd like to advertise?
Go follow my Twitch.
Go follow Josh's Twitch.
I do
We'll have a link in the description.
like a different Pokemon run
Yes.
every day. I'm not kidding.
That is extremely true.
What did you do yesterday?
I did a Heart Gold Sleep Lock. The day before that, I did Pokemon Stadium and X and Y runs.
Very good.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Pokemon
Sleeping.
Dream Radar.
Then I'm doing a Sword and Shield catch 'em all in person with Elliot for like 3 days.
Yeah, it checks out. It's very long. So at the time when this is out, that will already have happened, and you should go watch the VOD at Josh's YouTube.
Yeah.
Sub to my VOD channel. Yeah,
Sub
do
to
that.
Josh's VOD channel. Sub to Josh. Follow the Dear PB VOD channel, which is also where the new episodes come out. So it's just the channel. But they are on demand, and they are videos, so they're technically VODs. And
Yeah.
follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/dearpbpod. Send us in your questions. They are valuable, and we need them to live.
They are very good. Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks for the questions. They were good.
yeah.
Very good.
Thanks for answering the questions.
Yeah, thanks for answering. Thanks for spending some time with us.
My pleasure. I didn't
sorry
get a bingo,
that,
but
sorry that
it's
you
all
got
good.
Genis wrecked, but
Ooh.
We got a few.
ooh, yeah, you got 5 total, which is kind of like a bingo.
Yeah.
You know, if you rearrange
It's an
it,
abstract
and I
bingo.
read a few trainer tip signs, those count.
How many do you have to do for that?
10.
How many have you done?
You
3.
Read the
That's
same
close
one 7
enough.
more times to end up this episode.
Come on. Hold on. Hold on.
We can all read it together.
5, 6,
Trainer
7,
tips. Trainer
8.
tips.
9, 10. All right. Yeah, sure. That counts.
Good
Why not?
job. All right,
Wait.
that's a bingo.
That's a bingo.
It's a non-Euclidean bingo.
For the purposes of the listener, Josh definitely got a bingo.
Aha.
Where even
Yeah,
is the
see,
trainer
look.
tip?
Boom.
There it is.
I found it.
It's like a smiley face.
Oh, yeah, that. Definitely.
Wow, double bingo.
Whoa.
Oh.
You going for blackout?
There, that's a happy face.
Yay! It's a happy
Perfect.
face because we had such a good time. Our next episode will feature Amber_CXE doing Mario Kart, I assume.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure. I'm
hell
pretty sure
yeah.
that's what's happening.
Gonna be good.
It's going to be a good one. Not that the other ones aren't good, but it'll be also a good one. We're nothing but if not consistent.
Yeah.
We apologize for being a little bit behind on the episode release schedule, especially for our loyal, lovely Patreon listeners.
Yeah.
It's been a month. Lay off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hope to get that out
Rude.
soon.
Yes. Eventually.
And Josh, you have anything to end us on?
Thanks
Okay.
for having me.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all. Salsa.
Salsa.
Salsa.